Hey guys, it's Nihon Reboot. Today I wanted to talk about the trains of Japan. Now, depending on the location that you are studying in or visiting, the train systems, there's generally mainly two kinds of that I want to talk about. The first, my God, I'm just thinking about one of the trains which I didn't like. Now, I'm going to start with this one first, actually. If you go visit a rural area, a more countryside area, the trains aren't going to be as advanced as the ones near the bigger cities. And how these trains generally work is you will go up to a ticket machine, and a lot of times they don't have English. Um, and you will select your destination, put your money in, and it'll print out a ticket, which a train guy will hole punch. And then you go to your destination, and when you get to the end, they'll take the ticket. It's a very simple one. You won't encounter this train often, but it does happen. Why I don't like the train? Well, you I'm gonna have to explain the general train so you'll know why I don't like the rural trains, the old-fashioned trains. Um, Generally, when you're in basically anywhere in Japan, um, they have a unified train system, and it works the same way. You go to a ticket machine, a little more updated though, and you pick your ticket and you insert your money, and then once that's done, it'll print your ticket, and you go. Now, usually above the train ticket area, if you look up, there's a map, and it'll have the train routes, which they are going to look intimidating at first, most likely to you guys, because you're going to see a bunch of lines going all over the places and places written in Japanese with a bunch of numbers below them. Now, the numbers below them are the yen cost, how much it's going to cost. So if you see, Yoriobashi, if you see Yoriobashi and then below it it'll say like 240, it's 240 yen. So when you select your ticket, you choose the 240 yen ticket, and then you ride up to that place, and that's it. So it's a much easier system. It also has usually English in there for those who are learning. But the best part about these trains is you don't have to buy the ticket. You can get what's called like a train card. There are two main kinds. There's like the cards that are like Suica or Ikuka, which they kind of resemble somewhat of a credit card. How it works is you buy them at the ticket gate and you reload them as you want. You put however much money you want in them, and then when you go to your ticket gate, you just tap the card at the ticket gate, and the gates will open and you go in. So you no longer have to worry about. It saved me when I was in Tokyo because when I first tried to figure it out, I kept buying the wrong ticket and kept going to the wrong place. It wouldn't work for me, and I couldn't explain things in Japanese. Like, I'm trying to get through this gate, it didn't work. But when I had the Suica card, I think it's like 500 yen to get one, and then you reload it. The Suica card or Ikuka card, there's many of them depending on what part of Japan you are, but they work like all over. So Suica card works in Osaka, even though it's a Tokyo card. Ikuka works in Tokyo, that kind of thing. They generally are unified. Um, like I said, you go to the gate, you tap it, and then you just walk through. And when you get to your destination, you go to the gate, you tap it, you walk through. End of story. It's the simplest option. And when you tap your card, it'll pop up your how much yen is on the card. And when you get to your destination, you tap it, it tells you how much it deducted and your new total. So it's a very simple, and I highly recommend it. But I highly recommend that's the first thing you do when you get to the train system is you buy one of those cards. Now the train systems again, they do generally have English options, so you can completely get your card in English, everything. Really nice, and it's because of these things how simple it is, and that I hate the older train systems because of that. Now I don't. It doesn't bother me anymore. Because my bad experiences with these train systems was actually when I was in Tokyo before I figured out the train system and the card, and I just had a hard time because I didn't have Japanese under my belt. Um, and when I went to Shimane and I first saw this train system, I'm like, oh, you suck so much. But at that time, I was fine. I just bought my ticket and just went on my own. But it just had a bad, because of the bad experience I had in the past, it just doesn't fit well with me. Um, but yeah, again, those trains you're not going to see very often, and like I said, Those are the two main train systems. The other ones are going to be the subways, the underground ones. Now those also work with. They use the exact same system. You can use your card, Suica, Ikoka, whatever you want to use, to go through the gates, or you can buy a ticket. Shinkansen, a little bit of a different story. Sometimes you have to book your tickets in advance. Generally, that's what you want to do. It's a more complicated procedure, and I haven't actually fully gotten it down, so I'm not going to talk much about it. But you can go to the train station with the Shinkansen and get your ticket on that day. You just have to go into the general seating section of the Shinkansen, which I've done before, but it's not worth it. It's better to just book your ticket in advance, get your seat, everything settled like a regular airplane. All right. Well, that's a generally quick video. If I know I was kind of all over the place with this video, but if there's anything to take out of it, get a Suica card. Trust me, you're gonna thank me. Or Ikuka. You'll know it when you see it. At least until you figure out how the train system works, which isn't as hard as it wasn't as hard as I realized. But again, seeing all that Japanese, seeing all those train system routes, it can be intimidating for someone there for the first time. Yeah. Anyways, that's the end of the video. It's a short one. I'm not gonna edit it because I'm lazy, in all honesty. Yeah. Alrighty, if you liked the video though, feel free to subscribe. If you do have any questions, if there was something I didn't make clear, feel free to ask, because I know I was all over the place, scatterbrained with this video. I might actually redo it. I don't know. You'll see. Alright, take care.